I reside in what we now call Commerce City, Colorado, which is really the homelands of the Ute, the Cheyenne, the Arapaho, the Lakota, the Kiowa, the Chicano, and 48 tribes that still live and travel through these spaces. Ancestrally, a space that respected that it had certain sources of life, and you had to respect the region for what it honored and what it offered, and the indigenous people did. They want all of the resource with none of the responsibility of restoring the source of life that they're taking.
That is where I have grown up my entire life, where I have practiced our traditional ways of life.
I think a lot about Suncor being right next to the Platte River. Those very same waters are right next to the Suncor refinery.
Asking my grandparents about it when they would take us to school, because we would pass by it every single day. You know, they didn't seem like it was that big of a deal. And we started to see the effects on my grandparents' land. My grandparents would wake up in the morning and they would have this film that's on their cars. And since then, it's only gotten worse. And that film is like a yellowish type of color. And
you can see some of that yellow smoke. You know, I've been driving down the street and been able to see it.
I think about all the teenagers who have to go back inside because the air quality is too bad for them to play out or to ride their bikes.
My mother has an autoimmune disease, which now I have also developed as well.
Families who've lived here for, decades, who are reporting that their children are having a hard time breathing, concentrating, having nosebleeds and things like that.
I don't think they understand how they've affected our air and our water, and nor do I think that they care.
Children had to shelter in place at school in December because of a large yellow plume of ash released by Suncor.
Because they come from a space that they can take the resource without ever restoring the space. A life giver understands the rebalance of taking part of that resource for balance, but mostly restoring the space when you're in there so that resource can continue. It's supposed to be sustainable.